lot?
Yes, too much.
Too much. That's good. That's good. Okay. Anyone else? How was the break?
The break was good. It was like
Yeah.
kind of relaxing time, and yeah, we didn't have anything to do, so I think
Yes.
it's what. Yes.
So you relaxed.
So you relax. Yes, it was good.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay. So
Okay, so
let's do a
let's
little
do a
recap.
little recap.
So we're gonna talk
So we're
about the
gonna talk
simple
about the
segmental
simple
features,
segmental features,
specifically about the
specifically
syllable and
about
the
the
stress.
syllable and the.
Let's talk. Who can tell me what is the syllable? What is a syllable? Anyone that would like to give me a brief definition? No one, no one? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So a syllable is a group of letters that have one vowel sound. A syllable can be a word or can be a part of a word. Okay, so let's count together. How many syllables do you think house has? Who can tell me?
One.
One syllable.
Okay, good. Then the next one, telephone.
3.
3.
Okay, towel.
2.
2.
Oh, you're fast. Okay, number 4.
2.
3.
2, maybe. 2.
Okay, that's tricky. That's tricky. We will check. And the 5th one?
2.
2.
2.
2.
Okay, so the answers are house has one syllable. That was right. Then we have telephone, telephone. You can actually see the little dots are the syllables. Those dots that you can see in the transcription represent the syllables. Okay, so then towel has 2. You can see only one dot, but the beginning of the transcription would be the first syllable. Then we have restaurant, restaurant. It has 3 syllables. And then we have window. It has 2, window. Okay, so let's review the components of a syllable. A syllable, also referred as this symbol that you can see in the slide, is composed by an onset, which usually is a consonant, which is always a consonant, and then we have the syllable. Within the syllable, we have the rhyme as well. So we have the onset and the rhyme. And within the rhyme, you can find the nucleus or peak, and we can find the coda as well. So example would be house. The onset in house, what do you think that would be? Check the transcription that you can see on top. What do you think that? Sorry?
In house is
Yes?
the ha is the onset.
Okay, okay. So in house, the onset would be H, the first letter, which is the consonant. Then for the rhyme, in the rhyme, the peak. What would you think that would be the peak?
The diphthong.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It would be
It would be
the vowel sounds
the
that we have
vowel
there.
sounds that we have there.
And then
And
for the
then
coda,
for the
what do you
coda,
think?
what do you think? The last
Letter
consonant.
S.
Letter S.
Good. Perfect. You really know how the syllable is composed. So who can read? Maybe let me see who's
Let me
there.
see who's there.
Nelson, are you there?
Are you?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Could you read the first paragraph, please?
please?
Yeah. Okay. What is stress?
Okay.
Stress is the emphasis given to certain syllables in a word, phrase, or sentence. In English, stressed syllables are louder, longer, and have a higher pitch than unstressed syllables.
Great, great. Now, so as Nelson said, the stress is the emphasis of specific syllables. We already reviewed what syllables were. So those syllables, when they are stressed, they are louder, longer, and have a higher pitch than unstressed syllables. Then, when a syllable is perceived as more prominent, it is said to be stressed. That means that it is more like you can recognize it easier. So within elements of prominence, we have loudness, length, and pitch. Loudness could be divided into soft or loud. Then length could be divided into short or long. And pitch could be divided into low or high. Is it clear? Do you have any doubts? No?
Yes, it's very clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Daniela. So where is the stress? Can you tell me where is the stress in these 5 words? The first one, maybe Elizabeth Mejias, could you answer that?
Yes, I am not sure, but I think it's the first one, like simple.
Okay, that was right. Perfect. Then telephone, Camilo Roa, could you answer that, please?
The first part, telephone.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. Fernando Navarro, could you tell me number 3, please?
Photographic.
Okay. In which syllable would you say that it is?
Graph. The graph.
Okay. So in this word, this is a bit tricky. It's a difficult word, perhaps. So you have photographic, and then the stress would be in the 3rd syllable, graphic. So it would be photographic. Okay. Number 4, could you tell me, Daniela Ibarra?
Restaurant, it would be in the 1st syllable, restaurant.
Great pronunciation. And the last one, window. Diana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I think it's an win.
Okay, great. Well done. Well, that was great. You all did great. Now we're gonna play a little game. So can you enter this link? Can you enter to Kahoot, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So I will give you the code in a minute. Okay. Can you see the code?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Great. We have Esther. Daniela. Good. Is anyone having trouble to get to the link? Okay, we're 10. So we're missing 6 people. 5. Is anyone having problems to join the Kahoot?
I can't enter to Kahoot. I think my internet connection isn't good right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can still try, but if you cannot access that, that's fine. Anyone else? Okay, is everyone in? Like, are you all in the Kahoot? $14. I think there's only one person missing. Yeah, only one person. Okay. Good. Good. So we're gonna start now. Okay. Pay attention. You'll have 20 seconds to answer the questions, okay? Okay, good. Well done. Computer has 3 syllables. Next one. Oh, Willy was the fastest. Okay. Well done. Well done. Who was the fastest? Willy? No? Yeah, Willy again. Next one. Okay, this one was a bit tricky. Epiphany has 3 syllables. Oh no, Epiphany. Yeah. So it's true. It has 4 syllables. Sorry. Yes, this one could be a little bit tricky, but that's fine. Who's at the top? Willy again. Diana is catching you. Be careful. Next one. Good. Well done. Who's at the top? Willy again. Good. Next one. Good. Perfect. Ooh, Diana, you're at the top now. Okay. This is getting a bit difficult, okay? Now you have only the transcription. Okay, so you did well. You did well. Refrigerator has 5 syllables. Ooh, Elizabeth. Well done. Next one. Great efficiency. It has 4 syllables. Next one. Let's see. Elizabeth is at the top still. Well done. Okay, so the stress of the word mistake is on the second syllable. That's good. Diana, you're back at the top. Next one, and the last one. Okay. Oh, we have different answers here. So most of you said that it is in the third syllable, and that is correct. The stress is in university. You did quite well. Let's see who was the winner. Good. Third place, second place, and the first one goes to Diana. Well done. Great. Thank you for participating. Professor Bruno, would you like to be in charge of the class now? Is Professor Bruno
sure.
there?
Yeah,
yes?
I'm here.
Good.
I'm here. Give me a second to, because I was watching the I was watching because this is a really funny expression. I was watching the class from my cell phone because usually the connection it's better when I connect from my cell phone than from the laptop. So allow me a second to give me a second to okay, right here. Congratulations to all the participants. I think it's I really always do really bad in games like competitive games because you have to know, but also you have to be quick with your fingers, right? So I like the adrenaline that you get when you're playing Kahoot. But then people get nervous, and sometimes they don't really share what they know. So that's something that we need to keep in balance, right? Let me see if I can fix this. I'm in a new place, in a new apartment. So I'm trying to share. Okay, so this is a Sophia. It's as you can see, very dynamic, very and fun. And I'm the boring. I'm doing the boring part. Okay, so this is the boring part of this. Okay.
That's
okay.
not true, teacher.
Lexical stress. Well, it is the most boring part, really. So. Anyway, I can take it. So,
No, it is.
yeah, the boring. Thank you, William, for emphasizing the comment. I like that. So some people call it word stress, some people call it lexical stress. And we need to think of English as a lexical stress language because whenever we find, because we know,
Professor.
syllabus, in other words, yes, sir?
I don't know if it's my connection or it's your connection, but I watch you unstable in the camera and in the listening.
Yeah, me too. I hear him barely.
it's like you cannot. Okay, let me cut the. Is that much better or not really?
It's like you're in the radio, something like that.
You are muted, teacher.
Thank you. Elizabeth, right? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Now yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. I was speaking through the cell phone and I was projecting from the laptop, so it was a mess. Thank you again for the feedback. I think I'm projecting a PowerPoint slide which says lexical stress. Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. All right. Thank you. So some authors call it word stress. Some call it lexical stress. But if you speak English, you have to emphasize one syllable whenever you speak. Whenever you use words, you have to select one syllable. Even with the word lexical, you have to say lexical, not lexical or lexical. So the point is, English is a lexical stress language. Therefore, we always have to be concerned about which syllable is the one that we're going to stress. What does it matter? Some authors believe that is where we place the stress, the fact or the factor that's going to have more incidence in promoting or not promoting communication. Beyond, the pronunciation of individual sounds, if you say E or I, if you say U or U, is a matter of stress that is, according to some authors, one of the most important aspects of suprasegmental features that may affect communication, may affect or promote communication. So that's why this is very, very important. So as we can see here, and of course, I'm not going to read this because this is going to be read by Diana. Diana, could you read that out aloud, please? Diana Marin? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Could you read it aloud, please?
Okay. Every English word has a definite place for the stress. If we stress the wrong syllable, it may create misunderstanding. Although stress placement in English word is very complicated, we still can find some rules to observe.
Thanks so much. Camilo Roa, how do you feel about reading the next section?
A. General rules of stress placement for simple words. 1. For most English words of 2 syllables, the stress usually falls on the first syllable. Come on, nation, happen, study, sorry.
Thank you so much. Elizabeth, could you read the next section, please?
Okay. What Elizabeth? Me or?
You.
For words of 3 or more syllables, the stress usually falls in the third syllable from the end. Universe, article, relative, democracy, and economy.
Alrighty, so these are some general rules. English is a mess. English is a really messy language. You try to find the path, the right path, but then you find so many different branches, so many different exceptions. So in general, these are some rules that we can follow, right? 2-syllable words. First syllable is the one stressed, as Camilo read, right? Common, nation. 3 or more syllables. You count from the last syllable, right? From right to left, and then that's where you place the stress. I hope that's clear, because it took me a while when I was your age, probably when I was second year, to understand that, right? Article. In the Kahoot game, I could notice that you're very able, right, to identify the number of syllables according to the number of vowel sounds, right? Article has 3 syllables, right? And then we come from right to left, 1, 2, and 3. And that's where we place the primary stress, article. So that's a general rule. But as we have general rules, we also have some exceptions, such as the examples that we're going to take a look at now. Daniela, could you read them aloud, please? Read this slide aloud.
Yes.
Yes.
B, compounds. 1, mass compounds is nouns bear primary stress on the first element. Sport grounds, bathroom, language teacher.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Daniela. So especially nouns made out of nouns, right? Because you see, sports is a noun, ground is a noun, bath is a noun, room is a noun. So especially in these compounds, is the first element, the first noun, the one that bear the primary stress. So sports ground, bathroom, and language teacher, as Daniela just read. Okay, and there are other situations like these 2 and 3 exercises. Can Elizabeth Loyola read this section now, please? Can you, Elizabeth?
Yes. Number 2. Some compounds have double stress: paper tiger, leather shoes, cotton cloth, boiling water. 3. A very few compounds bear primary stress on the second element: without, mankind, whatever, myself, forever.
Perfect. Thanks so much. And that's the thing. I mean, we have general rules, but we have these exceptions in which, there's a double stress. There's a double stress, meaning that you stress actually both nouns, and nouns in which you actually stress the second element: out, kind, ever, self, and ever. So those are sort of that or you could say the exceptions, because in general, it's the primary element of the compound, the one that receives the more emphasis, right? Now, this is in general rules, common words, but what happens with the derivatives? For those of you who don't know, have no idea what derivatives are, this is a definition. And I would like to ask Jolie to read aloud the definition, if you don't mind, Jolie.
Yes, teacher. Rules for derivative. In language, derivative are words formed from other rough words. They are often used in transform the rough words into a different grammatical category. For example, making a verb into a noun, or an adjective into a adverb.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Exactly. So we have a root, and we attach other small words, right, like particles. If you attach them before the root, they are called prefixes. If you attach these words after the root, they are called suffixes. Okay, and the thing is that, as Jolie read, they are often used to transform the root word into a different grammatical category. Can you believe that? So it's a different category, a different part of speech. So it could be a noun, and you transform it into a verb. Or it could be an adjective and you transform it into a noun. Take, for example, the adjective deep. Deep. I guess deep is, what is it? Is it a noun, an adverb, an adjective? What is it? What do you think? How's that grammatical knowledge of yours? What do you think?
It's an adjective.
It's an adjective, right? Okay, and what if we add this? Very good answer. Depend. We add this suffix, a suffix, because we add it at the end of the root. This becomes the root, right? And this becomes the
suffix. It's become an adverb here.
Okay, that's a good guessing. Do you vote for that?
Depend.
Deepen.
Maybe.
That's an N. Sorry. Okay, it's an N, not an Okay, by the way. What if I say this? To deepen. What do you think? What do you think is that? Probably.
It is a verb.
A verb, right? A verb, to deepen. So here we have an infinitive, right? So by just adding this suffix to this, look, this sounds like a grammar class, right? It's not a grammar class, by the way. Okay. You have a root, which is an adjective, deep, and you add this suffix, you make it a verb. Now, sometimes when you add a suffix, the pronunciation may change, meaning the stress may shift from one syllable to another syllable. Or sometimes there could be no change at all. The same stressed syllable remains stressed, or remains like the most prominent syllable of in this case of the two. So that's why it's interesting to know a little bit about these rules from the point of view of pronunciation. By the way, okay, I don't want you to. I don't have anything against grammar classes, okay? But this is not a grammar class. So, okay. So for derivatives, we can see this sort of definition, right? It says for 2 or 3 syllables with one of the following prefixes, the stress usually falls on the second syllable. Basically, we have the root take, we have the prefix miss, and it's the same syllable, right? Take, mistake, it's the same syllable that is the most prominent one. In the case of misfortune, the root is fortune, right? Which is stressed in this first syllable. We add the suffix miss, but the stress does not change. It remains exactly on the same position, on the same place. Same with miscarriage, obstruct, and obtain. It's not the suffix, sorry, it's not the prefix, the one which is stressed, the most prominent syllable, but is the first syllable of the noun or the root, okay, so to speak. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to this because this is part of a task that you are going to work after the break. Okay, and I'm going to ask someone's help for this section. Let's see if Esther is right here with us. Esther, are you here?
Hi.
Hello, Esther. Do you mind reading this section, please?
What?
Do you mind reading this section, please?
You want I read?
Yes, read this section aloud. Can you?
You mean the words? All the words?
I mean this.
Okay. For words with one of the following suffix, the stress usually falls on the preceding syllable of the suffix: eos, graphy, eo, ian, ic, ix, ions, int, ifi, iron, eos, iti, ev. Curtis, biography, editorial, historian, systematic, phonetics, experience, sufficiency, identity, perfection, ambition, curiosity, and protective.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. So remember, this is important because it's going to be part of your task. Okay. So Esther read that for the following suffixes, these are all suffixes because they are attached to the root. For example, we can take a look at the first one here. We see it in the following word, which is right here, and we can identify court as the root and us as the suffix, cortis, cortis. So if we take this alone, court is stressed in the first syllable. I mean, it's only one syllable anyway, right? And courteous, we don't say courteous. The stress remains in the same syllable. In biography, we take the second example here, the second suffix. That's a suffix, and we have this, which is the root. Biography. So the rule says that whenever you attach any of these suffixes, the stress usually falls on the preceding syllable. Preceding means the one before. So right before this is where we place the stress. In the case of editorial, right before the suffix, we place the stress, editorial. And that happens with all of the words which contain any of these suffixes, okay? Historian, systematic, phonetics, experience, sufficient, identity, perfection, ambition, curiosity, and protective. All of them, what do they have in common? The syllable preceding the suffix is the one that bears the primary stress. Okay? So this case is very important because it's going to be part of your task. Okay? And I'm going to write a big number here. I'll tell you why later. Okay? Then we have more cases. And I need someone's help for this. So Fernando Ramirez, can you take number 3? And yeah?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And Valentina Alvarez, can you take number 4? Valentina Alvarez? Thank you so much. Fernando, anytime.
Read the oh no. Okay. Yeah. What with the following suffixes do not change the stress placement? Able, hood, age, all, full, right, ish, less, man, ness, aus, if I, wise, and sick. Forgetful, imaginary, brotherhood, depend, reasonable, marriage, proposal, childish, childhood, dubtless, I don't know, confinement, bitterness, various clarity, clockwise, jealousy.
Thank you,
Some
Fernando.
suffixes. Okay, sorry. No? Okay.
Go on.
Some
Yes.
suffixes attract the primary stress onto themselves. In such cases, there is usually a secondary stress on the first syllable if the stem word consists of more than one syllable. Is, it, I think. Esk, I don't know. Pay, employee, journalist, cigarette, picturesque. I don't know how to pronounce the last one.
Yeah, they like really complex words, right? It's like, quite often used. Anyway, so let's take a look at section number 3 here, read by Fernando. It says words that with the following suffixes do not change their stress placement. So even though we have forget, which is the root. Forget is a stress in this second syllable, get. And we add the suffix full, forgetful, and still it remains, stress remains on the same syllable. Machine, right? And then that would be the suffix, right? So machine, and when we say machinery, it's still the same second syllable, the one which is, and we can keep going on and on and on, right? We have brother, and if we add brotherhood, still is the same syllable, the one that carries a stress, right? Deep, deepen, reason, reasonable, marriage, propose, proposal, child, childish, childhood, doubt, doubtless, confine, confinement, bitter, bitterness, vigor, vigorous, glory, glorify, clockwise, jealous, jealousy. As you can see, we may add any of these suffixes. We can attach them to the root, and the stress does not change. The stress is placed on the very same syllable. Okay, that's the case number 3. We add any of these suffixes, and the stress remains on the same syllable of the root word. And the last example read by Valentina Alvarez. She read that some suffixes attract the primary stress onto themselves. They are like a magnet, right? Like a magnet, like a really, really jealous boyfriend or jealous girlfriend, right? It's very, very possessive. So we have is, at, and ask. So in the first, that wasn't a very good example, right? Yeah, sorry. So pay, but the pronunciation of this one is payee. Employ, you see where the stress goes, right? Stress falls in the second syllable, employ, but employee. Journal, you see, journal, but journalese. Cigar, cigarette. Picture, you see, picture, but picturesque. So this is a very interesting case read by Valentina Alvarez, in which the suffixes attract the emphasis, attract the prominence, attract the stress from the word, right? It's like they suck the stress. It's like, like a magnet, okay? So those are the cases when we add some suffixes, right? Just to recap, suffixes that when you add them, the preceding syllable, the syllable before, is the one bearing the stress. That's one case. Another case in which, even if you add to the suffix, the stress remains in the same place, right? Like the example number 3. And number 4, in the case of the following suffixes, the stress is attracted by these suffixes. Okay, so those are these 3 cases. And finally, when stress or shifting the stress from one syllable to another syllable changes the part of a speech or the word category, the grammatical category. And we have absent and absent, present and present, import and import, increase and increase, decrease and decrease, conduct, conduct, contract and contract, object and object, progress and progress, rebel, rebel, record and record. Okay? So, remember I told you that there was a task that we were going to be working today after the break? So, that's true. We're going to have a task after the break. I have to tell you that I received some mails from some of you. I think one mail was by Camilo Roa, could it be? Camilo? And the other one was, yes, okay. And the other one by Nelson, I think. Is that right, Nelson?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Okay. So I received some, remember that you had to select a topic, right? A topic that was interesting for you, so we can read aloud some sections that you are going to select, of course. So I only know that Nelson and Camilo have these very interesting topics, right? They send a Word file. So make sure you have them ready. Questions?
Teacher, I didn't
Yes.
I didn't knew that we had to send it to you, but I did it. But
Oh,
didn't know.
no problem.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, no problem. You can show it after the break. Absolutely. So after the break, I'm going to give you the instructions for the activity. Okay, the activity can be done in individually, or it can be done in pairs. Okay. The point is that it has to do with this blue box that has a number 5 at the end, with the boxes in the next slide that also have a number 5, right? With these, these last, so there are 5, 5, and 5. I will tell you why there's a number 5 after the break, and only if you join the second part of this lesson, all right? So is it okay with you if we go on a break, like a 10-minute break?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't sound very convincing, but anyway, we're going to have this, even if you don't want to have the break, we will have the break, okay?
All right.
Okay. All right. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Stay tuned. See you around.